Hello everybody, MiikayLe's here, and if you know me from the Jack Swaggy days, I used a variety of guns in my Call of Duty career, but today I'm going to list off all my favorite guns from Call of Duty 4 all the way up to Black Ops Cold War. So the first one I want to talk about is from Call of Duty 4. My favorite gun from Call of Duty 4 is the G36C. Now you unlock this gun very later into your multiplayer career, and I love this gun so much is because, well, it's very rare that people use it, and I love to throw the red dot sight on it. And I don't have any gameplay of me using it, but I almost every single time I use this gun, I'm going positive. So I don't even need stopping power for this gun. I can just melt somebody with it. I'm in love with this gun. I just love it. Just throw the blue camo on there, red dot sight, and then you got my old Jack Swaggy G36 from Call of Duty 4. Next is Call of Duty World at War, and my favorite gun from World at War is the PPSH. Now, this is an SMG, obviously, but it has the ammo capacity of a light machine gun if you throw the extended mag on there. I love using the PPSH just because it's an iconic Soviet submachine gun, and it looks beautiful, and the way it feels in my hands is amazing. Now, when I use it, I almost never aim down the sight. I'm always hip firing, so you gotta throw steady aim, and then extended drum mag, and then we're having a blast. We're going positive, boys. So, the PPSH, beautiful gun, and it just feels great. Oh, I forgot to mention, super fast fire rate. So it's melting you from up close. Thought about it back in Black Ops 3 and World War 2, but nothing feels amazing like the World at War PPSH. Next in line is Modern Warfare 2. And now everybody knows that Modern Warfare 2 had a bunch of crazy ass guns like the ACR and the UMP-45, and everything was pretty much overpowered in Modern Warfare 2. But my favorite gun is one of these meta weapons, and it is the UMP-45. The UMP-45 was my favorite gun in Modern Warfare 2. It was just a beast all around. Almost unlimited range, high damage, and you throw the suppressor on it, it makes it have like virtually no recoil. So you got a beast of a gun here. And with the ability to put stopping power on this gun, oh my god. First place every time I played free for all. That was my game mode back in Modern Warfare 2, free for all. And I was always winning. I was 11 years old, almost about to be 12, whooping grown men's asses with this UMP-45. Then yes, everybody was running stopping power, but I was just whooping their asses, you know? But yeah, man, the UMP-45, stopping power, scavenger, and commando. I wasn't really a big ACR user because the UMP-45 did everything that I wanted it to do. Deadly up close, deadly from range, and it's just overall mobile as hell. And that was my favorite gun in Modern Warfare 2. Next in line was Black Ops 1. And in Black Ops 1, I didn't get the game till later, but I still found a love. And it is the AK-74U. Now, this gun might be considered a meta weapon. Don't get me wrong, it might be a meta weapon. It's not as overpowered as the FAMAS was, but the AK-74 did everything I needed it to do. It gave me speed, power, and mobility. Almost everything I need in an SMG. Now, to make this gun my own, I'm pretty sure the basic attachment that everybody put on the AK-74U was the foregrip, yes. So I did the foregrip as well, but what I would do is red camo. That's my AK-74U. And you also want to use steady aim, because if you can't hit them with your aiming, just go up close and just hip fire. And positive game we got. So that's my favorite gun from Black Ops 1. This is going to be a strange pick for Modern Warfare 3 because not a lot of people really recognize this gun as a respectable, usable gun. But the PM9 was my favorite gun in Modern Warfare 3. I know, it's weird, right? It just seems like every SMG I pick, I use for like hip fire. But the PM9 is that gun for hip fire. You gotta have steady aim on there. You could either throw an extended mag, or if you feel like you need a red dot sight to get those ranged kills in, then yeah, you go ahead and use it. But the PM9, my favorite gun for Modern Warfare 3 because, well, high rate of fire, it melts people from up close, and I just don't know why I'm just so good with the gun, because I went on Drop Zone one time and I believe I dropped 60 plus kills. This might be the gameplay you're watching right here. But it's just a monster and it's very slept on. People like to run around with the ACR or the UMP or like the same gun from Modern Warfare 2, or they want to use something else. It's like, come on man, give the PM9 a try. Even though this game is way out of its life cycle, the PM9 is worth the try if you're going to go back and play Modern Warfare 3. And there was not really a strict camo that I used for this gun. I do wish I had it gold before the game ended, but the PM9 is a beautiful gun to use, and it just does everything you want it to do from up close. And if you don't believe me, then just look at this gameplay. At the end, I dropped 60 something kills. So PM9 Modern Warfare 3. This is arguably almost everybody's favorite Call of Duty game, Black Ops 2. Now, when Black Ops 2 came out, I was in high school and I went and got it at release for PlayStation 3. And one of the first guns I fell in love with that I couldn't stop using in Black Ops 2 was the MSMC. Now, you notice a trend lately with this video. SMGs? Mikey, you're a rusher? Yes, I am a rusher. So, the MSMC just did almost everything I needed it to do, just like all the other SMGs that I use, and it just has that range that I need, and it's just very mobile, agile, and it just hits, man. Like, it's my favorite gun. Now, don't get me wrong, I've heard rumors about this gun being a meta weapon, and you probably noticed the trend of the meta weapons on my favorites list. But we gotta remember, I wasn't aware of metas when I was in high school, middle school. I was using guns that felt perfect for me, and the MSMC did just that. I could do almost everything with the MSMC. I could put a foregrip on it, a hollow sight, or if I wanted to feel like rushing people up close, I put a laser sight and a foregrip on it. And I could still work with the iron sight. The iron sights are real good on the MSMC. I can work with it. But the only thing I never got to use was the MSMC on Black Ops 3. So I really don't know how that gun works. I heard it was extremely overpowered. So the MSMC on Black Ops 2 was my favorite SMG, favorite gun, and it's gonna be on my all-time favorites. It's one of the first guns I've gotten gold. So the MSMC is my favorite gun on Black Ops 2. Now this is a game I didn't really play a lot, but Call of Duty Ghost was a very disliked game, and I still grinded it to a certain extent. I reached Prestige, and I didn't get to reach Prestige 2. The Prestige system was weird, but there was one gun that did help me get to that Prestige during the time that I was playing. The SA-805. Now, finally, not an SMG. The SA-805 was a really good assault rifle. It's pretty basic, actually. It reminds me a lot of the Kilo from Modern Warfare 19. So, the SA-805, man, like, it helped me through some really sweaty times in Ghost. And red dot sight, foregrip, and I can't really say much else about it. The recoil is controllable, and it just looks nice and it feels nice to me. And SA-805 on Call of Duty Ghost. So here's another game that I didn't really play until like later, which is Advanced Warfare. And one gun, HBR A3. Now, I had the Raider variant of this gun, which only had a 26 round mag, but it worked for me. It worked. And the red dot sight, it just makes it so good, man. I just love this gun. It was one of my favorite guns of all time. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's one of my favorite guns of all time. The HBR was just a great assault rifle. It reminds me a lot of the SA-805. And it's just, I wish I could play Advanced Warfare one more time and use this gun. But, man, beautiful gun. Love it. Miss it. And I can't wait to see you again. Advanced Warfare, HBR, A3. So, I didn't play a lot of Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 was not my favorite game at all. It used to be my worst or my least favorite game. But another game took that title. And but my favorite gun to use on Black Ops 3 was the Pharaoh. Believe it or not, the Pharaoh was my favorite gun. Why? I know it's a burst SMG, and not a lot of people like burst SMGs. But hear me out. The Pharaoh, I was good. It's kind of like the cheat gun from Black Ops 2. But the Pharaoh just had that extra bullet that it spat out. and it did everything I needed it to do. I put the elo sight on it, and then it just, and it's the way you tap it. It makes it feel like you're shooting an automatic SMG, and I just knew how to work with it. I was a magician with the Pharaoh. So, the Pharaoh, Black Ops 3. Infinite Warfare might not be anybody's favorite game, but I did grind it to where I hit Prestige 1. I grinded Infinite Warfare. So, my favorite gun that I like to use on Infinite Warfare was the RPR Evo. And it reminds me a lot of the Ripper from Ghost because, you know, you can adjust it to SMG and AR. And eventually I did unlock the Ripper variant of the RPR, which you see here in the gameplay, which is my gameplay. So I did unlock the Ripper variant because I really love this gun. So the RPR Evo, you know, in SMG mode, it has a high recoil. It kicks a lot. But in AR mode, it's pretty accurate. But the only problem is its fire rate goes down. And you really want to finish somebody quick when they're like within penis range of you. So you got to use SMG mode for someone that is that close. And hip firing works to an extent because the hip fire kind of goes everywhere. It's not straight like some of these other guns I listed. So I recommend, if you ever think about trying Infinite Warfare or giving it a chance, the RPR Evo is a good gun to use. Now, this is a game I was very hyped for back in 2017. In Call of Duty World War II, I played the beta, the private beta. I had to pre-order the game in order to play the beta. And one gun I fell in love with and I stuck with throughout the entire life cycle of Call of Duty World War II was the M1921 Thompson. Now, when the game came out, I was looking at the variants and I was like, whoa, look at the Wilco. Imagine if I could put a extended mag on that. It looked like a gangster 1930s mafia prohibition era Thompson, right? Eventually I did unlock the Wilco, but it was just the one variant, so it looks dirty. But it wasn't until later that I realized I can grind or do a challenge to unlock the cleaner version of the Wilco. So I did that and I was just happy, man. And the Thompson was my favorite gun since then. Right now you're watching beta gameplay, so you can't really see me use the Wilco, but what I would do is hip fire. And sometimes I would aim too. And I never ever put a red dot sight on it. It just didn't feel right for me. And I just hip fire. I would run gun ho and just it did everything I needed to do. This Thompson actually had a high rate of fire compared to the one from World at War, which is very basic. But this Thompson did everything I wanted it to do, and I unlocked all the cheetah gold camos, the tiger gold camos. I even have diamond for it, and I fucking love the Thompson, and it's going to be listed on one of my favorite guns of all time. So Call of Duty World War II, the Thompson. Call of Duty Black Ops 4. My least favorite Call of Duty game of all time. I did grind a little bit. I didn't go hit Prestige. As you can see, I did do Cold War prep for this game. But there was one gun that I was really good with, and it was the Vapor. And the Vapor just feels like a compact carbine rifle, and it's exactly what I need for a game like Black Ops 4. So Black Ops 4, as you can tell, has a very, very high TTK. So you're gonna have to put 5, 6, 7 bullets to kill somebody. And the Vapor did what I needed it to do. It's basically a copy paste of an HBR or an SA 805, but it's exactly what I need. You know, it's compact, small, it's mobile, and I worked with it, and it just did everything I needed to do. It helped me get through the grind just a little bit because I wasn't really a big Black Ops 4 fan. So, favorite gun on Black Ops 4 was the Vapor. Now, we have finally reached this point where I'm pretty sure everybody knows the answer to this one. Modern Warfare, the game that came out last year. What was my favorite gun? Sheesh, Mikey, I wonder. The fucking AUG. Come on. Everybody knows I love the AUG. I fell in love with this gun during the alpha, and throughout the beta, I was using it, and it just became my favorite gun ever since. It was the first gun I golded out on Modern Warfare. You could use it in two different ways, AR and SMG form. And the form that I'm using the most is SMG form, which is you're seeing right here. You throw an extended 9mm mag, a fast stock, red dot sight, and you just got everything you need. An extended barrel, not the long one, but the extended one. It's just, it does the job, man. Like you just don't understand how great the AUG is until you use it, and I just love this gun. Like I said, the first gun I golded out. I was going for obsidian for this gun. That's actually the only gun that I'm very close to getting obsidian. And I got all the calling cards for it, all the emblems. Well, I don't have all the calling cards, just the emblems. I got all the emblems for it. I got it all the way up to obsidian. And the AUG, man. Never forget the AUG from Modern Warfare. So we finally reached this point. The last game that came out was Black Ops Cold War. And right now, my favorite guns are the AK-47 and the FAFAR, or the FAMAS. And so far, the AK-47 is the gun that I have the most experience with. Right now, I'm at level 30, and the FAFAR is getting there, man. Like I love the FAFAR. I just needed an extended mag for it. So the FAFAR and the AK does what it needed to do. It's hard hitting. It has range, but the recoil is a little so I had to get adjusted to that. The FAFAR, super high rate of fire, low magazine capacity, but if you need it for hip fire, bro, go for it. But throw a red dot sight on it, because the iron sights, they're a little wonky, but I can work with it because, well, I can work with anything. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you can learn a little more about my play style and how I like to use my guns. So again, thank you for coming out, and I'll see y'all next time, and there'll be more videos like this soon. Thank you. Goodbye.